Hello and welcome back to the Gaming Tech channel, everybody. We are live on YouTube and Twitch, and here we are with Forza Horizon 5 series. Here we are with a 2016 C63S Coupe, and I have some random online players that might want to race here. This thing is just under 700 horsepower, so just bolt-ons basically. Oh, there's like 3 different players. Nice. These two might be buddies. Who knows? Alright, we're gonna do our own thing, like always. But if somebody wants to race along, you know, we'll give them a chance. Yeah, I really wanted to start out with the V8. This thing's a 4-liter V8 with 2 turbos, so this thing's perfect. And it sounds like a freaking monster. It sounds like a lion. What's up, buddy? I'm almost the same power as the Ventador, as long as it's stock, but I bet it's not stock. Let's do a launch. That's crazy. Spinning all the way to 150 kilometers. I was looking at the dash inside the car. That would have been like 70, 80 miles. Spinning all the way up to like 80, 90 miles. That's crazy. This thing is pretty fast for, you know, being just under 700 horsepower. Not bad. We're still going. So we can't really modify the gearing because the cars just bolt-ons, you know, nothing too crazy. Honestly, it needs better grip. Like it needs grippier tires. It has no grip up to third gear or even fourth sometimes. So see if you can fix that. Well, that explains it. This car, it has a drift setup on it. So that's why it doesn't have really any grip because it's meant for drifting. So we got drift tires, and do we have drift suspension? Let's see. Yes, I converted this into a drift setup. I don't want it to be a drift car anymore. We're gonna convert it back to like a canyon, you know, road racing, that type of car. Just an overall good, you know, cruiser with good handling. Not a drift car. I have a bunch of other drift cars. This doesn't need to be a drift car, even though I know it's gonna be pretty good when it comes to drifting. The headlights are so nice. I really like how it looks. 9 years old, still looks pretty good. So we're gonna switch back to, well, we can't switch back because we have never bought these tires in first place. But I'm gonna buy the slick race tire compound. We're gonna go with the widest in the front, widest in the back. 345s. Wow, that's wide. Look at that. Pretty wide, right? Okay. And now the suspension. You're gonna switch that to race. Of course, we'll get the anti-roll bars front and back. Weight reduction. Not yet. I'm gonna just leave it where it's at, which is the sport weight reduction. For now. 3,600 pounds. Nice. Stock is 4,000. I know that's heavy, so let's just pretend we took out the stereo, the subwoofer, the... what do you want to call it, like that? AC compressor. That's what it looks like from that little small icon. So we haven't gone all the way and stripped to the bare chassis just yet, which is fine. Transmission, we already have the race clutch. Was it the race clutch? Yep. So we have a 7-speed. I'm just gonna get this sport transmission. Just so we can mess around with the gear ratio, like the final driver gear ratio. Or I could go for a race transmission and I can tune like each gear individually. Maybe I'll do that. I'm not gonna get like a 6 or 8 or 9 or 4 or 10 speed. We'll leave the 7 speed. I like the 7 speeds in these cars. The gear ratios are pretty good. We already have the driveline. And instead of the drift differential, we're gonna get the race differential. And I think we have everything that we need to make this car into a good handling road car. So this is what we got so far. Pretty decent setup, but it's gonna cost 27,700. Wow, all this stuff is expensive for a Benz. Okay, we got like a little bit more weight, but not that much. And yeah, a little bit more downforce. a little bit more grip. Let's see how it does. On paper, it almost looks the same. That's the thing. Let's see how it does in real life. I mean, in the game, not in real life. The wider tires and the grippier rubber, I can already tell. This thing is so much better than before. And we have like a lot less camber than before. Before the wheels were really like tucked in from the top. It had negative camber. But now it looks good. Okay, it has grip at the end of second gear. Before we barely had grip at the end of third gear, so definitely have more grip. Even though we just got rid of a drift setup, it still wants to drift. Alright, let's add more power. Oh, we could swap the engine, but we're not going to do that. Should we make it all-wheel drive? I think we should. You know why? Because the newer C63s are all-wheel drive, but they're not V8s. It's the four-cylinder hybrid turbos, you know, all that new stuff. But is there a V8 C63 that's all-wheel drive? I don't think so. I think only the E-Class and the S-Class gets the all-wheel drive. Or this year at least. I don't think this model comes with all-wheel drive. I'm pretty sure. So, you know what? Let's just put all-wheel drive. With all-wheel drive, we don't need wide tires. But since we have them, there's no way... I mean, there's no reason for us to change them back to the skinnier ones. So we'll leave the setup the way it is. But yeah, we just got all-wheel drive. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to get the transmission again, because the last time was when we upgraded it to a race transmission. The car was still rear-wheel drive, so we have to do that again. The stock transmission is actually not 7-speed, even though even though the rear-wheel drive stock, the one that came with this car, that was 7-speed. But since we upgraded it to all-wheel drive, the stock all-wheel drive from Forza is 6-speed. So that's why it's giving us the option for 7, 8, and then I'm sure 9. Oh, 9 and a 10. This car might have came with a 9-speed, honestly. Maybe it wasn't 7-speed. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe, or maybe it was. Let me go on Google and search that up. I really want to know now. The 2016. Let's see what the 2016 had from factory. 7-speed! I just found, okay, I was right the first time, okay. Okay, this car came with a 7-speed for the rear-wheel drive. that it had from factory. So the rear-wheel drive is what it comes with, not all-wheel drive, as we all know. And now since we changed it to all-wheel drive, stock is 6-speed, so that's gonna hurt the performance. I mean, the launch and the acceleration, you can see, doesn't really change when we go from 6 to 7, but our speed goes up. So does our handling, maybe because it's lighter? I don't know why. Handling kind of improves by getting a 7-speed for all-wheel drive. But going to 8-speed or 9 or 10 doesn't really do anything. I mean, we could go for a 10-speed, but you know, that's just more gears to go through, more tuning. It's gonna take more time. So yeah, well, let's just settle for a 7-speed. Let's just do that. Which is gonna replicate the stock rear-wheel drive transmission with the 7 gears. And now we can add more power because we can actually put it to ground and we're not going to be spinning to 2nd or 3rd gear. So it doesn't have anything right now. No intakes, none of that. Wow. Is this bone stock? Oh no, I have turbos. So I have turbos. Do you have anything else right now? Turbos and cams? Okay. That's like high-tech bolt-ons. These are not regular bolt-ons. That's, you know, that requires more labor. They're technically bolt-ons, but requires more labor, of course. So we're at just below 700, 693, 661 foot-pounds of torque. Let's just max this thing out, because we got the rubber, we got the all-wheel drive, put all the power down, so why not? Let's listen to the difference. Stock. Race. So the turbos that I have are just race turbos. I could go with turbos with the anti-lag, but it just gets too rowdy. I'm just gonna stick with the regular race turbos. You get the same amount of power, but none of that like popping sounds. I mean, it sounds cool in the beginning, but you get tired of it after a while. I prefer this. Dude, the idle sounds so good. Or we already have a flywheel, okay. Cool. This is where we landed. 829 horse, 790 torque. And we still haven't gone full weight reduction. I think we should just do that now instead of coming back to do it again. We have the traction and the power. Why not have less weight at the same time? So 423 pounds less on top of like our sport weight reduction. So, oh dude, 0 to 60 is gonna be 2 seconds. 0 to 100 miles is gonna be 4.7. Top speed's 195, but we can fix that by tuning the transmission. That's perfect. This is a big list. But the car's gonna do pretty good. Look at that, that looks good. More power, less weight, more grip, a little bit more grip. It says no, you know, changes in grip. You know, it's the 1.8 for lateral G's for previous and new. But trust me, with that all-wheel drive, it's just gonna fly. And we're still in S class. We haven't gone up the class. Alright, we need to tune the transmission. The gear ratios are too short. 1.9 0 to 60, and we got better top speed, 228 miles. Wow, 228.5. Let's go for a top speed run. Wow, that's so much traction. Let's do a proper launch control. This thing is definitely faster than a Tesla Plaid now. 1.9, 0 to 60, and our 0 to 100 is pretty fast. Well, we got a lot less weight. That's what matters the most. Not in stock form, but right now we got pretty, you know. A lot less than what it weighs stock. Yeah, we got the setup down. Yeah, it's down to, what do you want to call it? I don't even know. We just got it down. That's all what I'm gonna say. We got it down. Of course it's dialed in, we all know that. The setup is down. The claimed top speed was 228.5, and we're doing 227. I mean, I believe that. I totally believe it. He's got a sharp corner. He's gonna turn. That's fine. Hellcat. I don't think the Hellcat can beat us. It might be a demon. Why are you changing your car? That's not fair. I don't like when people do that. Like, bro, you could have tried. Just give your car a chance. You got a demon with 900 horsepower. I only have like 800 something horse. And now he's just gonna change his car to like the fastest car that he has. Bro, don't do that. That's... Yeah, he's gonna pull out. Like, come on, bro. I wasn't trying to like compete with you. I was just trying to have fun. But if you really want to compete now, we'll do that, I guess. Can you imagine if you're like, just having fun on the road in real life, and you pull up to somebody, and they ditch their car because it's too slow, and they go buy another one to race you. That's what it's like when they do that in the game. It's like, hold up, let me go in the menu, let me change to a faster car. It's like, bro. Some people are really cool, you know, they'll cruise with you, they'll race you back to back, you know, yeah, it all depends who you run into. Let's see what we're gonna do, because we've tested this car out. We got a down setup. It gets down. And you can't really find a proper race, like a drag race on the highway. I mean, I've been trying. Let's give it one more go. Maybe we'll find something. I just want to like race somebody with a nice, decent car. I just want to see where this car stands, you know. that's not a race, man. That's fine. We'll wait for somebody else. Alright, give me a second here. Alright, we're good, we're good. It seems like there's nobody really online, and if there are any players online, they don't really want to race, or they just want to fly past me. That's okay. I believe, I don't even know, bro. There's not that many people playing this game anymore, I guess. That's what I'm, saying. That's what I'm seeing here. That's the conclusion we're coming to, or maybe that's just this session. Who knows? I'm not too sure. I really hope Forza Horizon 6 comes out soon, so we get something new to play, because I've been playing this for a long time now, like 4 years. I see some people on the highway. Wow. Where did they spawn from? Are they down a race, or are they just like gonna fly past me? 2 BMWs? They might be buddies. M4 and M5? Nice. Dude, these people want to have fun. Nice. But they're not racing really. They're just having fun. Should we follow them? They probably hate Mercedes because they're BMW people. They're probably like, who the hell is this guy? Are they changing their cars? Watch, they're gonna pull out a really fast Mercedes. I mean, I could do that too. I have one as well, but I thought they were gonna race me in their BMWs, you know? Their cars are probably faster. Why didn't they do that? Dude, is this AI? I'm running 1440p, bro. At extreme settings with DLAA and frame gen. I can show you my settings. So 1440p, we got the DLAA on, frame gen on, low latency on, and everything's on extreme. Where'd they go? Did they change their cars? They changed the cars, I believe. Yeah, these cars are definitely different. What the hell was that? Why'd they do me like that, bro? Nah, bro. Nah, I don't wanna do all that. Oh, no way! I left him in dust! What the hell? My car can't be that fast. Their cars can't be that slow at the same time. Bro, it makes no sense. Wow, this car is really fast. Compared to, like, maybe stock BMWs, I guess. I can't believe those cars were stock, man. Oops. .232 on a downhill? Not bad at all. My ray tracing is also on extreme. Everything is on extreme. DLS is only enabled because my DLA is on, so it's not really using DLSS in terms of, you know, as you can see here, DLSS technologies is on, but my DLSS AI super resolution is already off. And if I turn that on, then I get settings like, you know, quality, balance, performance, ultra performance, and all that stuff. But since we have our DLAA on, the DLSS technologies automatically turn on. So these two features work with each other basically. So it's not really DLSS. Yeah, I've tried out all these features. The only reason I'm doing this is because of frame gen. I wanted the frame gen on. I've tried out TAA, FXAA, MSAA. All these features, they all have pretty good graphics quality. Because, you know, I already have 1440p running on extreme. So this just makes it even better, of course. So the only reason I wanted to try DLAA and DLSS was because I wanted to try the frame gen. Previously I wasn't really using frame gen, and I just wanted to see how it would run, and it does pretty good. Like without the frame gen, the game runs pretty decent, 160 frames, 180. But with the frame gen, it goes up to like, you know, 230. And it still almost looks the same. I can't really tell a difference. Because the quality is already so good on the 1440p Extreme. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I can turn that on for you. It's all good. I mean, let's try that on. We're just gonna do. I'm gonna turn DLSS off. So as you saw, I turned off DLSS, and that turned on. That turned off my DLAA and my frame gen. So one setting turns off everything. I'm gonna turn on TAA, and let's see how much frames I get. So 170. I'm getting 174, and we're playing on 1440p, and everything is on extreme, ray tracing as well. So right now we're using TAA, no ray tracing, no frame gen. 170, yeah, not bad. This is still playable. I mean, what am I saying? This is more than playable. And the graphics, honestly, let me look at the graphics, dude. This looks pretty neat. This looks sharp. I have less frame rate, but it looks pretty good. Yeah. I've tried out all these settings before. I was just trying out, you know, frame gen because it gives you a whole bunch of extra frames. And lower latency at the same time. I can live with this. This is pretty good. It goes down to 150. 150 I would say would be like the minimum. And now I'm gonna change back to my previous settings. And that was DLAA. So right when I turn DLAA on, DLSS technologies turn on, and frame gen doesn't turn on. But when we turn frame gen on, low latency turns on. So it's a pretty good setup, what I was trying out earlier. And I think this is more for NVIDIA cards. If you have AMD, you're probably not gonna do this, because you would have like the FSR frame gen. Oh, that just turned on my it limited my frame rate, so I'm gonna unlock it, and here we go. We're back to 230 frames. So yeah, all these settings work out pretty good, you know. I like all of them. They all have pretty good graphics, pretty good frames. This one has the lowest latency and most amount of frames because this one is meant for NVIDIA cards. Alright. You know what? I'm going to call it an early session today. It was so much fun trying out different graphic settings. And we had fun with the C63S Coupe. And next session, maybe we'll try out a different game, or maybe we'll stick to Forza. You're just going to have to wait and see. And until next time, peace out. Thank you for watching, everybody.